Here at the Infographics Show, we value accuracy and precision, and we know you do too. That's why we're proud to be partnered with Vincero Watches. Every man needs a good watch. It's the final touch that separates you from the rest of the pack, and Vincero has some of the best looking, highest quality watches we've seen. And by selling directly to customers, they're able to sell them at a fraction of the price as big luxury brands. We've been wearing the Kairos Mesh in black and gold, and it's a huge confidence boost to wear a watch that looks and feels this good. Plus, we haven't stopped getting compliments on it. Way more than we've gotten on watches that cost a lot more. And with over 18,000 5-star reviews, you can be sure you're going to be just as happy as we are. So don't settle for anything less than the best value in the watch industry. Use promo code Infographics to get 15% off your entire order, plus free worldwide shipping. Most of us will probably never own $1 million home, but most of us have seen the mansions of rich and famous people on TV and in the movies. While those homes probably cost several million dollars, how big of a house could we buy for just $1 million? Once again, we went around the world to find out. $1 million may seem like a lot of money to spend for a house, but in some parts of the world, it does not buy very much living space. A recent Forbes article features an infographic from online statistics portal Statista that shows how much luxury property you could buy for $1 million in various cities around the world in 2018. The two places with the most expensive prime property in the world are Monaco and Hong Kong. For $1 million, you would not be able to buy an entire house in both of these places. According to Forbes in the infographic, $1 million gets you only 16 square meters of luxurious property on average in Monaco. $1 million living space in Monaco is only 40 square feet bigger than an average bedroom in some U.S. homes. Doorways magazine states that the average bedroom size in a U.S. house under 2,500 square feet is 132 square feet. Forbes notes that in late 2018, $1 million was only enough for 22 square meters of prime real estate in Hong Kong. In Hong Kong, $1 million living space is slightly larger than an average master bedroom in a U.S. house under 2,500 square feet. Doorways magazine states that the size of this type of room is 224 square feet. In Monaco and Hong Kong, the expensive housing prices are a result of a high supply of rich people and a low supply of luxury houses. According to a CNN article, the rich like to live in Monaco because of its pleasant climate, low taxes, and high-class activities like the Monaco Grand Prix. Forbes notes that with 1 in 3 people living in Monaco classified as a millionaire, demand for property there is still soaring and the tiny country is running out of space. And Monaco is tiny. It has an area of only 0.78 square miles. CNN describes Monaco as roughly the size of New York's Central Park. Forbes notes that a $2.1 billion plan is in the works to add 15 acres of landmass to the principality by 2026. It remains to be seen if this land reclamation project will lower the average sale price of residential homes in Monaco, which global real estate website Mansion Global states was 5.2 million euros, or about $5,747,762 in 2018. Hong Kong has a similar problem. According to a CNN article, a recent study by research firm WealthX found that Hong Kong was the top destination for the planet's wealthiest people last year. These 10,000 people are ultra-high net worth individuals, or UHNWIs, who are worth $30 million or more. Before the current civil unrest, they were attracted to Hong Kong for a variety of reasons. A website called Expat Focus states that the super rich moved to Hong Kong because it's a shopper's paradise and has a huge variety of elite bars and restaurants. Culture Trip notes that business people like Hong Kong because it's regarded as the best place for networking, trading, and for accessing the huge mainland China market. Even if you're a foreigner, you can own 100% of your business with no requirements to be a local resident or a specific nationality. However, there is a price to be paid for those posh perks in a crowded city. It's an understatement to say it's hard to find spacious living accommodations in a place with more than 7 million people living in it. Expat Focus notes that Hong Kong is known for its space crunch, and residents often complain about paying exorbitant monthly rents for extremely cramped quarters. A CNBC article states that Hong Kong is the most expensive city in the world for those looking to buy a home. If you have $1 million, you'll be priced out of the market for buying a house in Hong Kong by a slim margin. A report states that real estate firm CBRE states the average price of a home in Hong Kong in 2019 is more than $1.2 million. While it may not be realistic to find a $1 million luxury home in the city of Hong Kong, you might be able to buy a very small and simple one outside of it. On Realtor.com, we found 2 houses in outlying islands that cost close to $1 million. One house for sale is located on Lamma Island, which is southwest of Hong Kong Island. For $673,474, you get a 700-square-foot house with 2 bedrooms and 1 bathroom. Another smaller house for sale is located in the Discovery Bay area on Lantau Island. This 452-square-foot home with 1 bedroom and 1 bathroom costs $790,821. These houses are smaller than some of the smallest apartments in the United States, such as those in Seattle with an average size of 711 square foot, according to a Thrillist article. Speaking of the United States, house prices in the U.S. vary depending on the location. A Business Insider article ranked the most and least expensive U.S. states to buy a house. The least expensive state to buy a house in the U.S. is West Virginia, which has a median listing price per square foot of $98. One house for sale on a real estate website called Zillow costs $990,000, but you get a lot for your money. This house is located in Huntington, West Virginia. Includes 5 bedrooms, 5 full bathrooms, 2 half bathrooms, and 6 parking spaces. Other features include 5 fireplaces, a media room, a game room, and a workshop/he cave and she cave with a private bath. This house has an area of 8,000 square feet, which means it's bigger than Lady Gaga's $5.25 million Hollywood Hills mansion. According to pop culture website Editor's Choice, Lady Gaga's home has 6 bathrooms and 7 bedrooms and a lot of other remarkable additional features, such as 2 guest homes, an entire art gallery, and a rooftop tennis court, but it's only 7,000 square feet. Mississippi ranks higher up in the list at number 47. Mississippi's median listing price per square foot is actually a little lower than West Virginia's at $96. In this state, your housing dollars will go far as well. On Zillow, we found a 7,700 square foot house on sale for $950,000 in Aberdeen, Mississippi. While the square footage of this hilltop house is slightly smaller than the house in West Virginia, it has 6 bedrooms, 4 full bathrooms, 2 half bathrooms, and no description of the parking spaces was available. But the property comes with its own 3/4-mile long asphalt airstrip runway and a 3,500 square foot hangar that should hold most private planes. The state of North Carolina comes in about halfway on the list at 25. According to Business Insider, North Carolina's median listing price per square foot is $135. On Zillow, the largest house we could find is a 7,489 square foot home located in Beech Mountain, North Carolina. Although it's smaller than the houses in West Virginia and Mississippi, it has 5 bedrooms, 5 full bathrooms, and 2 half bathrooms. It also has 2 full kitchens, 3 laundry areas, 1 on each floor, a library with its own bath and fireplace, exercise room and game room, as well as multiple decks, and you get all this for $999,000. Moving up to the top of the list, the U.S. state with the most expensive housing prices is Hawaii. The median listing price per square foot in this state is $521. On Realtor.com, we found one house for sale for exactly $1 million in Kamuela, also known as Waimea, on the Big Island of Hawaii. A USA Today article describes Kamuela as a cowboy country and home to the Parker Ranch, one of the oldest cattle ranches in the United States. This house has 4 bedrooms, 3 bathrooms, and 1 half bathroom. One special feature of the house is that the main bathroom floors are heated. This 2,651 square foot $1 million home is not much bigger than many new single-family homes in the U.S. According to ionhousing.org, a new single-family home had an average mean square footage of 2,641 square foot in the first quarter of 2018. However, not all of the houses in the $1 million price range on the Big Island of Hawaii are average in size. We found another larger Hawaiian property for $795,000 that contains 5 bedrooms, 3 full bathrooms, 1 half bathroom, skylights, and a double garage. The property consists of a main house and a separate wing, and once belonged to Laikiki McBride, a famed author, Hawaiian storyteller, and native plant expert. With an area of 4,293 square feet, the house is much larger than the house in Kamuela. But there's a catch. It's located in Volcano, Hawaii. According to a Hawaii travel guide website, this small town literally sits on the slopes of one of the most active volcanoes in the world, Kilauea. It's impossible to find homes for about $1 million that are even larger than the 8,000 square foot house in West Virginia. Forbes advises wealthy buyers seeking something a little more spacious to consider Sao Paulo and Cape Town. According to the Statista infographic, $1 million bought 200 square meters or 2,153 square foot of luxury property in Sao Paulo. On Realtor.com, we found a large house in Sao Paulo for $985,100. Unfortunately, the listing provided very few details about its features. An English translation of the Portuguese description states that the house has a good standard of construction, entrance hall with double height, bathrooms with marble finish, landscape design. With an area of 12,916.8 square feet, this house is larger than Taylor Swift's largest estate in Watch Hill, Rhode Island. According to a Business Insider article, Swift's 7-bedroom, 9-bathroom mansion has an area of 12,000 square feet and an estimated value of $6,653,432. The Statista infographic also shows that $1 million bought 177 square meters or 1,905 square feet of luxury property in Cape Town, the largest South African house we came across on CenturyGlobal21.com. Is not in Cape Town, but in Bryanston. Bryanston is a suburb of Sandton, which is a region known as Africa's richest square mile. The 2-story house, selling for $919,605, has 5 bedrooms and 6 bathrooms. The master suite contains a large dressing room, private lounge, and a stunning double bathroom. Besides 4 upstairs bedrooms, a spacious TV lounge opens into a large balcony, and a gym room and walk-in linen cupboard complete the upstairs. There's also a laundry, scullery, plenty of cupboards, and access to the 4 automated garages. In addition, a cloakroom, study, and full guest suite complete the ground floor, and there's a double staff accommodation with bathroom and kitchen. Other features include a storeroom, swimming pool, and tennis court, as well as electric fencing, burglar alarm, sensor beams, and CCTV surveillance system. The house also has underfloor heating in the family room and bathrooms. With an area of 15,070 square feet, this house is larger than Jennifer Lopez's $28 million home in Bel Air, California. According to Insider.com, Lopez owns a 7-bedroom, 13-bathroom, 14,000 square foot home that's spread out over 8 acres and includes amenities such as a home theater that seats 30, a greenhouse, a spacious library, a personal swimming pond complete with its own sandy beach, a massage room, a large outdoor amphitheater, and even its own vineyard. Besides South Africa, Mexico is a great place to buy big houses at bargain prices with US dollars. Century 21 Global has a listing for a large 2-story house selling for $861,433. It has 4 bedrooms, 4 bathrooms, and 1 half-bathroom in Chihuahua, Mexico. The 4 bedrooms are located upstairs. Each bedroom has its own dressing room and private bathroom. The property also has 10 garage spaces and an interior service room with bathroom. Other features of the house include an alarm, electric gate and rail, intercom, and patio with a pool and barbecue. While it may not have a lot of bedrooms, it dwarfs the other houses we've previously discussed, with an area of 22,723.4 square feet. It's even a little larger than Hugh Hefner's Playboy Mansion in Los Angeles. According to Insider.com, this famous mansion has an area of 22,000 square feet and features a catering kitchen, pool, wine cellar, tennis court, and 29 rooms in addition to a 4-bedroom guest house. Oddly enough, the Playboy Mansion was a $1 million property when Hefner bought it, costing him $1.1 million back in 1971. What would be the size of your dream house? How many rooms would it have? Let us know in the comments. Also, be sure to check out our other video, Fastest Way People Turned $1 into $1 Million. Thanks for watching, and as always, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. See you next time.